Hey guys, it's Tammy Coyne with the Doors of Wellness. I've got my little earbuds in. I've been on a client call this morning and wanted to talk to you today about 7 reasons why you need a life coach. Quite honestly, I didn't even know what a life coach was, and there's probably several of you that may feel that way too. You know, back in the day, I played softball. I had a coach. You may know sports. They have coaches. But what does that have to do with life? Well, I'm one of those people who really didn't know about a lot of those things. In fact, I wasn't brought up in a family that sought out counseling or help or anything else. I came from an environment where you kind of white-knuckled your way through life, and the harder life was, the harder you were working, the harder you were trying, the better it was. That's not really the case. I have to tell you, I sought out a counselor at 16 years old and started blowing the lid off family secrets. I have a fly that's around me today, and what I know about flies is that flies mean abundance, and so I think that's a good sign today. So anyhow, the point of that is a counselor. A lot of people know what a counselor is. You know, you're in crisis or whatever, and you need a counselor. Well, I have a master's in counseling, so I do know how to help you in that regard. What I've been talking to you about recently is about life strategy and about transformational coaching. And I wanted to try to give you a foundation for understanding, you know, what is a coach and why do I need one? And so I did a little research, and I actually found a really great blog that listed 7 reasons why you need a life coach. And I thought, you know what, I'm not one to plagiarize, but in this particular instance, they did such a great job. I'm just going to explain their list to you. So number 1, having a life coach makes you accountable. The reason is, so often in life we know what to do, we just don't do it. And so part of the reasons why, you know, groups and things like that are helpful is because you actually have to be accountable to somebody. Having a life coach gives you that one-on-one connection with someone who is going to help you move forward. The point of a life coach is not to keep you in the past. It is not to keep you stuck. It is to help you figure out where you are, where you want to go, and how do we get you there. And so our work together is that in-between part, bridging that gap between where you are to where you want to go. And working with me helps you to stay accountable, because I'm going to want to know, are you being accountable to you? Are you doing what you need to do for you? So that is number 1. Number 2, having a life coach saves you time and gets you faster results. Well, I am 52. Do you have any idea how many books I've read, how many counseling sessions I've been through? 30 years of those, a lot. How much schooling I've gone to, how many audios, videos, oh my gosh. Well, what I can do is I can take everything I've learned. That fly is really bringing me abundance today. Do you see that? That's so cool. So I can take everything I've learned and help you. And what that does is that cuts to the chase. You know, in our society, everything is quick. I want fast. Well, you know, sometimes things take a little bit of time. And healing takes time. Wellness takes time. Having a life coach still takes time, but it cuts off so much unnecessary time. It helps me help you. And some situations, if you can imagine, are much more complex, much more difficult to work through. The reality is I want you to get the results you need. And working with me helps you not waste time by going down roads that I know are going to lead to a dead end, because I've already done that. It's almost like, well, it's the coach for the game, if that's your thing. I don't watch sports, but let's say, you've got a coach. The coach knows things that you don't know, or maybe you forgot that and the coach kind of helps you stay on task. So having a life coach saves you time and gets you faster results. So number 3, having a life coach saves you money. Well, it does. And initially, it might seem like it's a big investment. However, I'm reasonably priced, especially for what I bring you. I am reasonably priced. But how it saves you money is this. I spent over $80,000 on a graduate level education. I spent probably another $20,000 on my holistic education. And I can't tell you how much money was spent in 30 years of counseling. So when I bring everything I have to the table to help you, we look at a time frame. And we work much more on a time frame where you are actually getting to it. It's not, well, we're going to dance around and we're going to work around and we're going to take a long way around. No, we're actually going to look at it. We're going to really do what needs to be done, create a strategy if that's necessary, figure out what you need to get to where you need to go as quickly as possible, therefore saving you the amount of money. Saving you money for various programs, for various trainings, for various personal growth, whatever the case may be, helping you get there. Great example. I'll use weight as an example. I had gastric bypass. This is an expensive surgery. I have lost 150 pounds and now I've gained back 65. Why? Because I have some unhealed emotions that created an issue where I started gaining my weight back. So if I had been able to find someone to help me resolve those things, that could have saved me not only money but a surgery. So again, I used some different analogies. So number 3 was having a life coach saves you money. Number 4, having a life coach saves you stress, pain, and frustration. Yes, you are not having to reinvent the wheel. You are not having to pour through hours and hours and hours of literature or books or whatever. I've done that for you. And I may have an assignment where I say, you know what? This book helped me change my life. Start here. And instead of looking at this huge pile, this huge internet we live in, this huge library or world that we live in, searching for that nugget that you need, perhaps I have the nugget and can tell you how to get it. So 4, having a life coach saves you stress, pain, and frustration. 5, having a life coach gives you ideas you never thought of. With the diversity that I have in my life from education, from life, from everywhere else, I have some very interesting stories. I work with clients a lot, and I work on these videos a lot with stories from my own life, because maybe our lives aren't exactly the same, maybe our circumstances aren't exactly the same, but maybe there's something out of a story that I've gone through that you go, oh my God, that's me. That's what I'm dealing with. That's exactly what I'm dealing with. Somebody gets it. So perhaps I can give you some ideas that you never even thought of. So number 5, having a life coach gives you ideas you've never thought of. 6, having a life coach gives you insights into yourself. There is a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Well, one of the things is part of my job as a coach, as a life strategist, as a mind body wellness practitioner, as all these other things that I have and do, is I hold a mirror. And we'll pretend this is a mirror. I hold a mirror up for you. I see you. I listen to you. I hold space for you. You are unique. I don't have a cookie cutter approach because you're not a cookie. You know, you're amazing. And you have most likely forgotten that you're amazing. And part of my job is to hear you, hear who you are, hear who maybe you were that got lost in the noise of life, and give you some insights about you, which is pretty cool. So number 6, having a life coach gives you insights into yourself. The fly. Okay. Number 7, having a life coach gives you a stronger sense of belief and self-confidence. Well, it's scary. Life can be scary. We don't know what we don't know and what's on the other side. You have people even living in abusive situations that, while it may be a horrible situation, it's what we know. It's what we know, and we know what to expect. And as humans, even though that's uncertain, it still provides a little bit level of certainty when we don't know what's on the other side of the door. And part of the reason why the Doors of Wellness is called the Doors of Wellness is because sometimes you got to walk through a lot of damn doors. And sometimes they're kind of hard to get through. And sometimes it's scary because maybe we're already living in something we're afraid of. And maybe it's not fear like an abusive situation. Maybe it's just fear of there's something underneath. You know, some people who carry, and I use weight because that's one of my things that I've been through in my life. Some people carry excess weight because it's protection. It protects them from something. And there are people who have been overweight their whole life. I wasn't, but there are people who have been overweight their whole life, and all of a sudden, let's say in the case of gastric bypass, all of a sudden they're this person in the mirror they've never seen before. And all of a sudden, people start being interested in them romantically. Oh my God, it's scary. They don't know what to do, so they go and they gain weight back again because they don't know what to do with that. It's very easy to judge why people do what they do because you don't know. If you haven't been in their shoes, you don't have any idea what they're going through. It's very easy to judge on the outside of the fence. You know, it's very easy to say what somebody should do when you don't have any idea what they should do. And so my job is to help those of you who've had to hide because other people have been judging you. And maybe you got to the point where you judged yourself. So number 7, having a life coach gives you a stronger sense of belief and self-confidence. Because I know that if a client comes to me, I already know them. They don't know I know them, but I do. Because what I know is the bigger the holes you've climbed out of, the bigger your purpose. And I get you, and I know you, and I know your value, and I know you are probably, well, I know for certain every bit as valuable as everyone who's in your life. and maybe have a purpose that is so big they can't see it, but I can. So number 7, having a life coach gives you a stronger sense of belief and self-confidence. Oh, that was it. 7 steps, 7 reasons. So let me recap. 7 reasons why you might need a life coach. Having a life coach makes you more accountable. Number 1. Number 2, having a life coach saves you time and gets you faster results. Number 3, having a life coach saves you money. Number 4, having a life coach saves you stress, pain, and frustration. Number 5, having a life coach gives you ideas you never thought of. Number 6, having a life coach gives you insights into yourself. Number 7, having a life coach gives you a stronger sense of belief and self-confidence. I also want to give you a quote. I just heard this quote last night, and I loved it, and apparently it came out of the Minneapolis-St. Paul Star-Tribune. I don't know when, but I really loved the quote. The quote is, part therapist, part consultant, part motivational expert, part professional organizer, part friend, part nag. The personal coach seeks to do for your life what a personal trainer does for your body. I like that. Isn't that cool? Let me read it again. Part therapist, part consultant, part motivational expert, part professional organizer, part friend, part nag. The personal coach seeks to do for your life what a personal trainer does for your body. Now, isn't that cool? I love that. So, as a person who is a life strategist, transformational life coach, and mind body wellness professional, and all these other things that I've told you, part of what I want to do is tell a client that really looking at 9 sessions with me helps to see some transformation. It really, really does. What I attempt to do is create things that work for people, work for their schedule, work for various price points. To work with me one-on-one, we work together for 1 hour a week for 60 minutes, and there is a package price for that. Then I also do what's called Growth on the Go, and that is something new that I've tested that's working really well, and I'm getting that underway. And that's where you actually send me a voice recording, about 20 minutes roughly, 3 times a week, and that's your 1 hour session. So you're doing it on the go. You're doing it on your time. You're sending me 3 a week. And then I can listen and hear different things that you're going through, and we process it that way. Those are some options to work with me one-on-one. I also, in the local area, the Oklahoma City area, I do a mindfulness meditation and spiritual gathering every week on Thursday evening. It is a donation-based event with suggested donation of $20, but all amounts are welcome, less or more. I also am working on some classes online, and I also offer some services by email, which gives you an opportunity to work with me if you are unable to work with me one-on-one. And so in the comments, if you do happen to listen, let me know. Does a life coach, did that resonate with you, what you heard? And how, if you haven't heard something that I do that supports what you need, comment below. Let me know. What could I do to assist you in your life? I don't know where you are. I don't know what you need. So comment below. Let me know. Ask questions, whatever you want, and I will address them and help you. And also on the website is a Book Now button that gives you a 30-minute complimentary consultation where we discuss what I can do, what you need, and if we're a good fit. So thanks for watching, and please leave me comments below. Peace out. Namaste. Have a blessed and beautiful day.